All right, here we go. Day 15 of quarantine of the coronavirus. Yeah, 15, day 15. Cheers, everyone. Day 15. God, this is fucking rough. I mean, it's really not, but at the same time, it really is. Today, all I wanted to do was just get a fucking haircut. All I wanted was a haircut. And then I started thinking to myself, what do I even need a haircut for? Like, if I'm quarantining and I'm not even going out, what do I need a haircut for? But then at the same time, it's like, you don't want to give up everything that was normal a few weeks ago and everything that you know is going to be normal and however long again in the future. Why would you want to give up? Like, if I want to get a haircut and I'm practicing good social distancing and my barber's wearing protective gear and whatever, I mean, why can't I get a haircut? I think I should be able to. It's going to make me feel better. There's going to be a mental aspect to this. I mean, we're locking ourselves down and we're doing it voluntarily. If that's the crazy part, it's not crazy. I mean, it's responsible. It's what we're supposed to be doing. I mean, the numbers aren't lying. They said today, what, 1,000 people died in one day. That was a new record for the U.S. They said that, they want all Californians now to start wearing face masks or some sort of protective mask or face guard when going outside and being around people, because now they're saying that this virus is able to be airborne. I mean, there's a mental toll that this is gonna take. You know, I mean, I feel like I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I feel like I'm starting to get fat. I genuinely do, because I'm not able to do much. I'm stuck inside. I was able to go out today, but quickly only to go to the store and then came back. I'm not able to exercise the way that I normally do. Shit, forget exercise, just the way I normally move about my day and how much walking and moving around that I do in a normal day. And now I'm confined to my apartment. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. No, I'm gonna start doing more calisthenics. I need to start working out more inside the apartment. There's no reason that I can't do calisthenics and, you know, do my crunches and do push-ups and, you know, just do the basics that'll at least get me feeling better and just, you know, getting those chemicals in my body flowing and those natural hormones just going, and it'll make me feel better mentally, and I know that. So that's definitely what I'm gonna do. But overall, it wasn't too bad of a day, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Definitely wasn't too bad of a day, but it's all relative, right? It's all relative, because what I'm comparing it to, the previous 14 or the previous 21, it's all relative. You know, I think it's settling in that this stuff is real and that this coronavirus shit is no joke. It's not a joke. The world would not be voluntarily shutting down its collective economy. Like over 100 countries in the world collectively making the voluntary decision to stop their economies. That's never happened before. That should tell you everything you need to know about how serious this is. And to be honest, that's one of my frustrations, is that when I do have to go outside, you see that a lot of people, more and more people, are following these guidelines put forth by these scientists and these doctors and these individuals that have dedicated their entire lives and their entire professional careers to the what if something like this happened. And now here is the what if. That's their agenda. Because this is going to go down in history, and when these people are remembered, what do you think they're going to want to be remembered for? When this is what they dedicated their lives to, not knowing if anything like this was ever going to happen, But nonetheless, they still dedicated their lives to infectious disease and pathology. You know what side of history they want to be on. They want to be the ones that were credited with containing and mitigating this as much as possible. And the fucking hard reality of this shit is, you really want to know when all of this social distancing and this staying in place and this shelter in place stuff is going to stop? When we as a collective society actually start listening to it. Because it all comes down to the hospitals. The hospitals are starting to get overrun. And until the hospitals get to a point where they're no longer overrun, but they're at a point where they're able to sustain comfortably, or not comfortably, but sustain in a way where it's not a complete overrun and they do have available beds for people, until we get to that point, everyone talks about a curve. Everyone wants to talk about a curve. Well, until the curve ends up at that point where the hospitals are in a good spot, none of this shit is going to end. So I don't know who anyone thinks they're kidding. Be honest with yourselves. That's when this shit's going to end. That's when it's going to end. The most vulnerable demographic, those 65 and older, just so happen to be the demographic that's in charge right now. You think it's any coincidence that they made the decision to shut down the world's economy? We got to start taking this seriously. That's what's frustrating me. So far, I mean, I'm going stir crazy in here, but I'll figure this out. What's more frustrating is knowing that while I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, other people aren't, and that's going to play a direct impact, and that's going to play a direct role and have a direct impact on how long I'm stuck in this situation. Maybe we should all think about that. This fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. But it's happening. There's no changing that. Let's try to just shorten this period as much as we can. But even more than shortening the period that we're stuck inside and we're alive and we're breathing, let's really do it to help save more and more people. Because the death toll isn't going to come because, or the death toll, I should say, the death toll isn't going to rise because of our lack of technology, even though there's no cure and there's no vaccine for this. The death toll is going to rise because there aren't enough ventilators to keep people alive long enough to recover. That's where the numbers are really going to come from. And by us not socially distancing and self-quarantining and staying in place, we're just extending the amount of time that period where hospitals are going to have to actually turn people away. Yeah, where hospitals are going to have to turn people away. Where hospitals are going to have to literally set a time frame. And if you don't recover by that time frame and you're on a ventilator, you're going to get pulled off it, so that somebody else has a chance and see if they can pull through within that time frame. That's what we're going to put our healthcare professionals and our doctors. That's the position we're going to put them in. They're already in that position. Probably. They're already going to have to make that call. How long are we going to make them or force them to make that call? How long are we going to force them to have to make that call? So, I'll leave it at that. Day 15, coming to an end. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Good night.